Friendship, right? Friendship. Okay, listen. Okay, I have a lot of thoughts happening right now. There's a lot going on inside of my noggin, and so I need to just... The most meaningful friendships are born from a common goal. Simply put, right? And so what happens when there's no more common goal and you just get used to it? Because those meaningful friendships they're most meaningful when you are working towards that common goal and you start to get to know each other beyond the common goal and the interest. There's that goal, right? There's that mutually beneficial thing that you both are like sort of in this relationship for, and it's a transaction thing. But sorry for the squeaky chair, but the goal starts to go beyond that, and it starts to become... What else? There start to be other curiosities, right? With like, well, who exactly am I dealing with here? And it's like, and you get this humor, and you get this mutual understanding, and this feeling of... My calendar just fell down. Yeah, the gods know that something's up, right? This is the thing. I've been on this all day, and something knows that I am, and it doesn't like it. It wants me to stop. It's like, hey, she's discovering things. Like, for instance, I was writing in my journal about all of everything that... Okay, I'm not even into it yet, but I was writing in my journal about it, and I had like a really interesting point, and I had to finish writing my first point, but then I just forgot. And I'm like, there's this force out here that doesn't want me to know this. And my handwriting started to get messier and harder. My hand was struggling more to write words. Oh my god. And so friendship, right? Let me just have a little read of what I've been writing. Sorry, I knocked my fire over. Yeah, I've set a fire in here. Just don't worry about it. It's all good. Let me just read this in the firelight. Now, this got me thinking about Charlie Girls. Okay, here's a quote. Let me read you this quote. This is from, I think, Before Sunset. No, I think this is from Before Sunrise or Before Sunset. It's from the actress that's in Before that series, you know? Watch those movies. Oh my god, I'm yet to watch... I think there's a third one. I've only watched the first two, Before Sunrise and Before Sunset. So good. Okay, listen. You know, if I believe there is any kind of God, it wouldn't be in any of us. Not you or me, but this little space in between. This is what I wrote. This got me thinking about Girls So Confusing by Charlie XCX, because sometimes it feels a bit awkward because we don't have much in common. Because, like, you think about when you're having a really deep connection with someone, right? It doesn't feel awkward, but there's God between your relationship with other people. And you're like, okay, so what if when it feels awkward with other people, is God still there? Is there still that sort of divine spirituality between you, in this fucking fire that's going between you guys? Like, or is there something in that? Yeah, that's when I was like, I need to write about this. But I've been writing about this since 1:45 p.m. It's currently 3:28, so not that long really. But like, I'm really into this like friendship stuff right now, like, and how that connects with your identity. I don't know, I'm really interested in this quote, this space between you and another person, and I'm like, God. And also just like being more of who I am, letting my subconsciousness come through and interfere with my consciousness in a way. Like, I've built this like central belief about the world and about myself, right? This like who I believe I am, and this is a structure thing, and it's an illusion. That's the illusion, right? Is in this structure. Oh my god, this chair is actually driving me insane, but it's what we're living with at this point. Like, I'm so sorry. Is this okay? But and I'm living in this structure, in this society, and not society. Sorry, we're not getting into that right now. Maybe later. I don't know. But I have this structured central belief around the world and stuff. Oh my god, what the fuck was I saying? Yeah, and that's my ego. That's my consciousness, right? And sometimes subconscious thoughts, just like bubbles out of the water, fizzle up and pop into the air and disrupt everything. A wave is made. A butterfly flaps its wings. I don't know. Okay, we're gonna stop with the metaphors. I'm getting carried away. But something happens, or I think of something, a thought drifts into my mind. Don't even get me started on thoughts. We're not in control of that. I'm not even in control. Oh my god, while I was writing, my hand started doing all this crazy shit, right? And look, you might just be like, that's just you stimming, Clara. And I'm like, okay, is stimming, okay, we're just, hold on, give me a second. But my hand started doing this crazy shit with my hair. I was writing about it while it was happening. I was like, oh my god, what's going on? Why does my left hand toy with my hair as I write this? Why does it move on its own, like, volition? I do not even control it anymore. It is moving in excitement, and it feels like a sensual act. It has stopped. It is aware of itself. It has started again, no control from myself, and out of control. And I felt like this is play. Like, I'm just playing. I'm just getting excited, and I was just like, this sort of like, you know, like I was just like doing this sort of stuff while I was writing, and I'd only picked up on it, like, I was having these like revelations, right? It felt like this revelation, and I'm like, oh, and like our definition of like, okay, listen, okay, first of all, before you, I don't know, before you either think I'm a genius or sue me, I'm getting all of these thoughts from the video 6 Shapes of God by CJ the X. CJ the X's videos are phenomenal. If you go and like subscribe to them, like their channel is just like, you're always going to get quality content from their channel, like always. It's quality over quantity. Okay, thank you. What the fuck am I saying? So like friendship, bro, like I just think about my friends, and like sometimes it feels a bit awkward because we don't have much in common. Bro, Brat is like really like a cultural like blip. I feel like it's really saying a lot. I used to be a Brat hater, but like I'm just trying to like pick this apart and like work out my brain and stuff. And this is fascinating to me, and I'm getting really excited. And there's a part of my conscious mind which is like, Clara, if any of your friends see this, they're gonna think you're a loser and you're stupid for thinking about such spiritual things. And I'm like, you're a loser and you're stupid if you're so opposed to such thing. No, I'm kidding, you're not a loser, you're not stupid, but like, maybe you just don't know yet. I don't know. But like, it's just so interesting because that was my original reaction to like this video by CJ the X. Oh my god, I keep having these doubts into my mind of being like, oh yeah, you're so stupid. Why is atheism like considered like the thing? Like, I'm agnostic through and through, right? Like, I don't know. But I really love thinking about this stuff, and really, it's so interesting. It's way more interesting than being like, there's no God actually, and we're so alone on the planet and stuff, and there's nothing out there. You know this. You know this. You're evidence-based. That's fine. That's fine. Been there. I go there. I still experience that thought process. But right now, I'm thinking about those 2 occasions in my life where I've felt insane spiritual connection to something, like a revelation, like, and it felt like a friendly sort of like a memory. It felt like a memory, right? And there's a term I need to just give to you right now. Anamnesis. It felt like an anamnesis. Look it up or watch the video 6 Shapes of God by CJ the X. I keep going to say Charlie XCX, but so the first of these experiences that I've experienced in my life that I like remember vividly, right? The first, I want to say I was 16. I was either 15 or 16. I don't think I was 14. I think I was either 15 or 16. I think I was 16. I think I was in my room in my hometown, my childhood bedroom, like my early teen bedroom. I don't know, whatever you want to think about. I've had a lot of bedrooms in my life. And I was situated on my mirror, like pretend you're my mirror, and I had my arms sort of like bracing the frame of my mirror, and I was like, and I felt God. I can't explain it, but I really felt God in my presence, or something like that. And God is just the label that I have in my human vocabulary that I can label it with, that I could label that experience with, because I really, really, really felt the presence of something good, something that wanted me to know it was there, and something that was almost playing with me and being like, hey. I can't explain it. Like, it was almost teasing me, but not teasing me. It wasn't trying to mock me or anything. It was just like almost testing the waters and being like, I'm gonna scare you right now, but you need not that I needed it, but it just wanted to interact with me and wanted to like be there and play with me and like, and so in this video, CJ the X, I'm not saying that CJ the X is the philosopher and knows everything, like I just think that they have a lot of interesting stuff to say. I actually don't even know their actual name, that's crazy, which is fine by me. Sure, it's fine by them too, but there's this thing that like, and obviously CJ the X reads a lot of philosophy and is up to with all of that and stuff, and reads a lot. I don't read a lot. I read fiction sometimes. Not a great reader over here. Good, I write a lot. If you look at my, yeah, anyway. But they were saying like, you are God, and we are all God, and us interacting with each other is us playing with ourselves. And sometimes, so these divine experiences though, where I'm having a, you can have a divine experience through relationships with society or with other people, which is society and like, you know, and this sort of interaction with yourself. And I'm like, but can that energy also seep down from like a celestial place or a place that's, because obviously I was alone in my room, I wasn't actually connecting with someone else, but I felt this connection. And maybe that's what I experience when I'm with another person, but I felt it on my own and with something else, like this, a presence, you know what I mean? Like, it was such a beautiful moment, and I really just felt so connected. Like, I don't feel it right now, I'm gonna be honest, like, I don't, like, and I couldn't force it to happen, sort of thing, you know? I wasn't trying. At this point in my life, up until this point, I was atheist, right? Like, well, I had been, you know, Christian, right? I was raised Christian, right? And I only started to kind of debunk that around 12, 13 years old, and sort of question that, I guess, and was fizzling out of Christianity around that age, like my early teen years, pre-teen years-ish. As I guess had friends that had other beliefs, and therefore like just heard other people's opinions, because your parents' opinion isn't the only opinion in the world, and just because you hear your friends say something and that it opposes what your parents say doesn't mean it's a bad thing or that it's wrong or that you're being influenced. You are everything that influences you, you know what I mean? Like, your authenticity, this is also stuff of, most of what I'm saying I'm like just like dissecting from what I'm hearing in this video and then applying it to my life and my experiences and my beliefs and like questions that I'm asking and like theories that I'm having and stuff. Not theories, I guess, theories-ish? I don't know. And yeah, and okay, your authenticity isn't just you locked in your room. You're not very, there's a quote that I saw that you're not very personal when you're in the bath. You know what I mean? You're personal when someone's talking to you and picking you apart and you're talking with someone else, or when I'm talking to a camera or something, you know, I'm having a relationship with you, with, you know, I know that this is, you know, I'm talking to a person right now, like I know someone is going to watch this if I end up editing it, which I'm sure I will, because I really like, I don't know, I'm feeling very passionate right now, but like and there's these ideas that like you're your most authentic self if you're shutting out everyone else's opinions and their thoughts and what they want of you and their expectations of you is one part of it, or how they are influencing you through their beliefs and stuff and their opinions. And like, I don't know, I've been going back and forth and like having these thoughts and then just completely deconstructing them as soon as I kind of realize them or think more about them or listen more about them or learn more. And like, and it's like also this idea of like, when you're learning, you're not learning, you're remembering. And Plato said something like, we are born with all of the knowledge already inside of us, and when we are learning and growing, it isn't so much learning as it is remembering what we already know. And I find that really, really beautiful. I want to learn more about this sort of, what this stuff thinks of dreams, or if that's kind of different, because I don't know. I think dreams, I don't know. I like analysing my dreams though. I find it very interesting and often very relevant to what I'm actually experiencing, but maybe it's like a star signs thing where it says one thing and it's easily applied to anything, so you can kind of pick apart what you want to hear from that and then apply it to your own life, sort of thing. Anyway, this is me learning. I feel like a child, like asking questions, and I love that, and it's a lot of fun. But, so revelation isn't something new, isn't the introduction of something new, but it's the dispelling of an illusion. It's a realization. And so then from that, I was like, okay, I need to, what are the elements of my illusion? And And I still want to discover more of these. What are the elements of my illusion that are making up the illusion that I'm living in, right? Like, of reality, of like my conscious mind, and how is my subconscious then connected to the actual, you know, the thing that's trying to be revealed to me? What's the universe, or what is something trying to tell me through my subconscious thoughts and desires and doubts and urges and stuff and whatever, like things that I suppress? What are the things that I'm suppressing trying to tell me? And this is also linked to shadow work, and that's actually a practice in psychology. And I just had this idea. This is not, please don't think that anything that I'm saying is me trying to convince you of anything or trying to teach you anything. This is me asking questions and trying to like talk through and like process what the hell I'm like learning right now. And but so don't think of me as a scientist when I talk about these three big topics, but art, science, and psychology. And I had a thought, like, right, like, you kind of think of art and science as two separate things, and like, but, and we've, as a society, at least in like universities and schools and stuff, we've grouped psychology as to be a part of science, but psychology isn't really tangible, and it feels like more of art. And like, if we as humans, our consciousness is God, right? If we are like a God broken down and spread among a bunch of, you know, if we chose to like carnate into ourselves, then like this psychology, and if art, us expressing art, is something trying to communicate through us, if we're a channel that something is trying to communicate through us, and they do it by going through us and making art through us, then is psychology not like the proof of like a mix of art and science? And like how, and now I'm thinking about Neil deGrasse Tyson saying like, if we, this is me quoting him through someone else who told me this quote, but so don't quote me on this, take this with a grain of salt, but I'm pretty sure Neil deGrasse Tyson said like, if the world were to restart now, right? If humanity was to restart, all the science books would, I'm pretty sure Neil deGrasse believes in God, but all of the science books would be the same. We would, you know, if they were all rewritten, they would all be the same, right? We would all discover the same sort of things because there are rules and facts, right, set in place about the world. Maths is an objective thing, right? But then all the religion books and humanities books would be completely different because we would all have different interpretations, not necessarily because these things are incorrect, but because we would have different sort of, you know, like explanations of things, different experiences, different matter in the world, and different people in power, and different ways that we like take hold of religion and use it to suppress others, to, you know, expel power upon like to use it for power and for control and that kind of thing. And that's really interesting. I really want to rewatch Heretic right now. Dude, I fucking love Heretic. Heretic is like, oh, scratches this part of my brain so much. I need more movies like that. Holy shit. And oh my god, a part of this, like I'm not gonna say as if I just came to a revelation, but maybe this is another part of the revelation coming to me. But like, I was asking this, like through my book, I'm asking like, why film? Why film? Is it film? And another thing I was asking is like, am I here? Why did the universe, I'm just gonna say the universe as like a general, like God, universe, something else, I don't know, the universe as a label for whatever, why did it place this person in front of me that I got this information from, and why did that information need to come to me through this person, and why am I here and here and here, and why has my life taken this progression, right? Like, and then I'm like, what if I think about it the other way? Like, instead of being like, why was this person placed in my path? Why was I placed in their path? Like, am I, you know, like, is this like a thing? Like, everyone's placed in each other's paths for mutual sort of beneficial? I don't know, beneficialness, for mutual benefits, I don't know, or learning or remembering or whatever, or are we placed in different people's paths for different reasons? Like, me being placed in their path is more for them, right? And then someone else being placed in my path is for me. Yeah, I don't know, just questions I'm asking. But let me go back to why film. Is it film? have I been repressing my authentic self for like since 2017? Because I feel like in primary school, I finished primary school in 2016. I feel like I was quite authentically myself, and I quite embraced who I was and stuff. Trigger warning for like body image and stuff. If that's like something that you're dealing with and like talking about that, you're not at that level or whatever, just click off the video maybe. Or if you want to hear what I have to say, I don't know, see a therapist, I don't know. But like, I was like a bigger kid, right? Because I ate a lot, and I think about food a lot, right? And my relationship with it, and like what it means, and if I need it in certain ways. Anyway, but I ate freely what I wanted to when I was a kid, and I, you know, part of me really didn't like myself for that, but I would always defend myself. Like I remember a girl coming up to me and being like, you know you're fat, right? And I was like, I pushed her off my shoulder and I said, hey, no, I'm chubby. Like I was like, fuck you, actually. Not that I think now that fat is a degrading word. I think it can be used in that way, but inherently the word fat, if just said like without, just factually, is not a degrading word. But I'm up to like people disagreeing with that, because I don't know, like sometimes, like I feel like everyone will have a different opinion on that, and just because one person said that doesn't mean that other like fat people won't get offended by being called fat, you know? Like it can be a triggering word. I know I would be triggered by it because of the way that it was used against me, you know? Like I think that, yeah, and I also just think we shouldn't comment on people's bodies in general. Like I don't think you should just call someone skinny unless you're like a dietitian, but then you'd use like the proper fucking like language of like you're underweight, you're overweight, you're obese, I don't know, you're a healthy weight. I don't know. This is why I said trigger warning at the beginning, because talking about body image and eating sucks. It sucks. It twists your mind around, right? It spirals. It's easy to really spiral in this. So you and me are in this together right now. If you're struggling hearing this, I'm sorry, I'm here for you. If you want to rant about it in the comments, go ahead. Can't guarantee I'm going to respond to it. Maybe I will. I'm not a professional. I don't know if I can help you. But like, yeah. Talk, reach out. Yeah. Anyway. And talk to your loved ones, of course, always. But, where was I going with this? When I reached like high school, got very insecure about my body. This is one element of it. Got very insecure about my body. Very insecure about who I was as a person. I was like, I am annoying. I am inherently annoying. I need to stop talking. I need to stop interrupting people. I need to stop, like, barging myself onto other people and barging myself in every conversation and making everything about me and having these opinions and masking and I couldn't do anything right, and I was like, oh, I need to stop this. And so I forced myself, by the age of like 13, 14, I forced myself into being an introvert, because I learned what an extrovert was and what an introvert was. And for some reason in my mind I'm like, okay, introversion is superior because I don't relate to that at all. I like being with other people. I craved human connection and like seeing my friends, and I'd be like, oh, I want to see my friends, oh no, don't leave. And then I'd get like really confused if someone was like, no, I'm tired, I need to go home. I'm like, so you don't like me then? Or something like that. I don't know. This is all just like from memory. I don't know if this is exactly how I used to feel, but like, yeah. So basically, I started to feel like I strayed away from this authenticity because I was forcing myself. It was like my ego, my conscience was developing, right? I feel like as a kid, you are so just your subconscious. You just like people because they're there. You don't really have values other than those basic ones your parents have taught, like don't steal, don't lie, don't whatever the Bible teaches you, or whatever your parents teach you for being values and whatever, like, or whatever school teaches you, or your friends teach you. And then you get life experience and you start to get more nuance to these values and get more sort of like beliefs about other people and these stronger sort of barriers about I will be friends with these kind of people but not these kind of people, and like I will accept this opinion but not this opinion, and like I will sort of, you start to, as you become into adolescence, you start to like kind of explore these different things, and then when you get older and older, these beliefs get more grounded and cemented, and you start to become less fluid with what you believe and what you like experiment with and stuff. Anyway, so you become more rigid. Like generally, I know adults who don't do that, like who are still so fluid in what they believe and like the people that they interact with, because they make an effort to like, you know, learn for their entire lives and connect with all kinds of different people, and not just like so rigidly be like this right, wrong, black and white sort of thing. Although kids in a way are very black and white as well. It's in a different kind of way. It's very interesting. Okay, I feel like I'm losing my train of thought, but like as I was going into adolescence, I was getting these different, like, you know, getting this idea of like being an introvert or being quiet was more beneficial to me. People will like me more if I don't say anything. So I remember, this is insane. This is insane. I remember setting alarms on my phone to not talk, to remind me not to talk. I would go out to youth group or whatever I was doing back then, because I was still like being raised Christian and stuff. I would go to youth group until I was like 14, 15 maybe, I don't know. It became more occasional as I got a little bit older, but I'd go out to wherever I was going in the night for whatever social event, family gathering, I don't know, and I would set these reminders on my phone for like every hour to shut up, or to just stop talking, or to stop being annoying, or like check in with myself. Are you being too extroverted right now? Is everyone fighting? It was like this check-in. Hey, you should start overthinking. You should stop enjoying yourself right now, and you should start overthinking, because I believed like that me inherently was just not good for anyone. And so let me just continue reading this. So why have all these things happened? Has the universe been trying to tell me something that I've been ignoring? Have I been ignoring it? Like, and so I'm like, why was this person placed in my path that was kind of a really big part of why I started to suppress who I actually was, like after 2017? Like, why were they placed in my path, and like, what good has that done for my my conscience, or like my authenticity, or my life, or my well-being? Like, what good has that done? The only thing I've had to do since then is try and get over that person and stop being, and reverse the damage that they did to me, because the damage that was done is so severe. Like, it's actually insane. I don't really know if I'd be better off if meeting this person has made me better off. Like, you know, if it's the lessons I've learned from it have, you know, really made me so much better. I'm like, and I'm just questioning, like, if I hadn't met that person, if I had continued down what I was doing authentically and not suppressed myself, would my life be better? And one thing that gets in my way is like, oh, I would be in a bigger body if I stayed there, because part of the reason why I, you know, well, I was a bigger kid, right? But then I like started to I don't really remember how I like lost weight, I guess. I don't like talking about weight and stuff, and whatever, but I'm going to, because it's part of whatever experience I'm experiencing right now and what I'm trying to learn and dissect, and so I'm being vulnerable. Hey, what's up? But oh my god, I hate that. But okay, was that a subconscious thing coming through? I don't know. But let me just continue down this train of thought. But like, I'm like, right now, I like that I'm in a healthy. Sorry, the camera got overheated, so I just like broke down some thoughts, and I don't know how much longer we're gonna last because I'm on 24%, and it's overheated. So here's like the talking points that I want to talk about. So I need to finish the thought of the food and the body image thing, and that was sort of like, had I not met this person, would I be in this body today? Would I be unhappier in my body if I hadn't met them? Because I am, like, I guess, thinner or lighter, or whatever you want to say now, than I was, like, back then. Largely due to this influence that this person had on me, that they damaged so many parts of my life, but, like, they influenced me to want to be thinner as well. And what I was saying before is I don't think that I went about that in unhealthy means per se. I think I just, like, well, for one, I became vegetarian, and I was walking a lot. I was also doing sport at school, and I was really enjoying sport and moving my body. And I know a lot of the time what I would do is I would dance in my room, like almost every night. I would do this dancing in my room, and like, yeah, just dancing, bro. It's nothing to it. Just interpretive dancing to my music or whatever. But is that influence on me to be thinner? Like, is that really worth the trade-off of all of my other traits? Like, that I now have to, like, deconstruct, and all of my other, like, issues that I have now because of it that I have to deconstruct. Anyway, that's like that thought. But I think I just found an answer, or that an answer was just revealed to me with the question I asked before regarding like the friendship and like what happens when there's no common goal. And let me just read you this quote. Friendship, fellowship, communion, love. What is common to them all is the idea of a relationship between us which has no purpose beyond itself, in which we are associated because it is natural for human beings to share their experience, to understand one another, to find joy and satisfaction in living together, and in expressing and revealing themselves to one another. And that's like, damn, yeah, like that's what goes beyond the common goal. Because I'm thinking about, but oh my god, I just want to say also, like, what about how friendship is handled? Like, how do you handle friendship? Because I've had a plethora of friendship issues in my life, like all of them. I don't know if I have a single completely stable friendship where I don't have any sort of paranoia or like crazy like thoughts about them sort of thing, where I'm like questioning everything for whatever reason it could be. There are so many different things that I question and fixate about in every friendship that I have, but everything that I fixate on is about a different thing. Anyway, I think it's every friendship. Off the top of my head, yeah, pretty much. Like every, at least really close friendship that I have, or somewhat close even, but, you know, oh my god, I love friendship so much. But, oh my god, I also will be relating this back to Brat, yes, because it's like, even though we don't have much in common, I'm still friends with you just for the sake of being friends with you, even though sometimes it feels a bit awkward. I'm still like, I just want to be around you, and I thrive in the memories of each other, but I thrive in just admiring you and how you're growing and stuff, and like how you're, I don't know. But then sometimes I get paranoid. I'm like, oh, did this person like actually hate me and think, am I just like weighing down in their life? Am I like, when I talk about how friendship is handled, like, is it bad to really cling? I think it really is. I don't think clinging is good, because I've had people cling to me and I'm like, no, stop it, please, oh my gosh. But then I'm like, do I not enable that clinging to happen in the first place? And I'm like, yes, I do. But it's like, am I actually enabling that? Or am I just being a good friend and has this person just not experienced that before? Because I don't know. I like to be a good friend to people and to be kind to people. I really, really am a strong believer in kindness to everyone. And sometimes I think that makes people cling. And I'm sorry, but I'm not one to be clung to. But then I'm like, do I cling to others? I think I do. If I have a friendship, it's like this subtle clingage. I'm like, let me just like, I don't know, this like internal clingage. Is that even a word? I don't know, but like this person that I just love and adore, and I'm like, please don't go, please, I really need this friendship to stay alive, and I think you're amazing, and I love talking to you, and you make me feel so good, and so, you're so amazing, and anyway, but like, okay, let me just finish the train of thought from earlier, because I just wrote more stuff. Yes, I think this may mean that even if sometimes it feels a bit awkward, there is still God between us. This feeling you're describing, the feelings described in Brat, they are divine. Friendship beyond the common goal, when advanced from a common goal, maybe especially, is divine and precious. And maybe probably even when it's not even advanced from a common goal, but you guys just click, or you just find someone for no reason, like, or you're just introduced to someone, there's no common goal, you're just like, I love you, sort of thing, and you're my friend, I just love friendship, and it's so precious. But is it finite or is it infinite? Because I was like, it's precious. In my brain I was like, it's precious and it's divine and it's finite, and then I was like, is it finite or is it infinite as a concept? And I'm like, no, I think it's finite. I think that it's finite and it's precious, because it's never gonna be forever unless it's with your sibling. This is what I mean, guys. Sibling relationships and your relationship with your sibling, if you have a sibling, I'm so sorry if you don't. I know I hope that you have something like a sibling in your life, because it's just, there's nothing like it, bro. Like, I love my brother so much. He's my best friend in the entire world. We get each other in a way that no one else will ever get either of us, in my opinion. at least no one will get me like he gets me. Like, there's just like this, oh my god, this mutual understanding of everything, of our feelings. Obviously it's not as like much of an understanding as I have over just myself, and as I'm sure he just has over himself, and we have our own like probably incorrect assumptions about each other, and like, you know, when you see another person you paint this image of them in your mind, and it's less complex than your own. And obviously my image of myself is more complex than the image that I have of my brother, because I'm in my brain 24/7, so obviously it's more complex because I'm spending more time with me than I am with him, especially in the last few years. So but like, it will, no other person will come closer to knowing me as well as I do than my brother, you know what I mean? Like, we just say shit at the same time. We're just the same fucking person, but we're not at all either. Your sibling is there for your entire life. Like, we have experienced everything together, basically, everything significant. We understand, we've talked through everything together. We talk about everything together. Like, there's nothing that I can't talk about with my brother. You know, like, we're raised in the same environment. We had a different experience in that environment because different people treated us differently or whatever, and all of that, different thoughts and assumptions, and we had different friends and stuff, so that influenced us differently. So we're different for those reasons, right? We have slightly different environments, but no one has had my environment in a more similar way to my brother. Like, yeah, oh my god, there's nothing like having a sibling, bro. It's the best. I'm just so happy we're friends. Like, we hated each other. We bickered, you know, we fucking punched each other. We were not friends for a very long time. We'd have moments where we got on really well, like if we were playing Minecraft. Let me just read this quote again, in case you didn't pick it up the first time. Friendship, fellowship, communion, love. What is common, what all of those have in common, is the idea of a relationship between us which has no purpose, no common goal, right? At the beginning there was a common goal, but it has no common goal beyond itself. And in which we associate, because it is natural for human beings to share their experience, to understand one another, to find joy and satisfaction in living together. Living together not just meaning you reside in the same place, but existing together. Right? Like, I am living with all of my friends. I am living with them. They are living while I am alive. I am living while they are alive. So we are living together. Right? Ugh. My heart is warm. I love my friends, bro. And so I feel this, like, clinging to some of them. I'm like, oh my god, I'm, like, desperate for them to just... And I get this anxiety of, like, oh my god, they don't like me, I'm annoying, and I'm like, I need to deconstruct that, because those the beliefs that I was feeling because of that person, because that person instilled those beliefs on me and was like, Clara, you're annoying, Clara, you're autistic, Clara, you're fucking, shut the fuck up, why do you talk so much? And yeah, maybe I talked too much, maybe I completely entered every conversation with nothing relevant to say, except for like something really unfunny and cringy, maybe. But maybe I was happy saying those things? I don't know, bro. I just think, like, yeah, I just don't know how beneficial that one was for me, to be honest. 7 years, really, of my life with that. Great. Awesome. But I feel amazing when I kind of let go of these, like, anxieties of being annoying and what someone believes about me and what someone thinks of me, and, like, strip that down, because I don't... Someone is calling me. Hey, Mum. Hey, Mum. Yeah, sure, what's up? I'm feeling like I need to wrap this up, but man, guys, I just feel so connected right now. And like when I let go of these, like, anxieties, I just feel so, like, I feel that same feeling that I feel like God was wanting me to feel when he was welcoming me. I need to get onto my second spiritual sort of revelation sort of thing, but, like, the thing that God was wanting me to feel, like, or the universe or whatever was wanting me to feel in those moments when I when he was there and I felt the presence and stuff, it's like that sort of just like smiling, and just like almost like this. It's like the smile you get when you see a kid do something cute, or when you see a kid do something amazing, or smart, or funny, or just like when they make a connection that you just never would have thought of, you know? Like, I get that when I feel this, like, oh, it's actually not that serious. This person isn't inherently better than me. Their friendship isn't gonna define my worth. Them choosing to spend time with me isn't like defining how worthy I am of being spent time with. They're just another person experiencing another person, and we're just experiencing each other, and through that we're just experiencing ourselves, like, because we are each other, you know? Like, oh my god, we are each other. We're one entity broken up into different levels of consciousness, and we all have this, and I just feel so free and so welcomed and so loving and so real when I let that guard and that anxiety and that doubt through of this person thinks this of you and this person has this idea of you, because, and I'm basing those assumptions and those doubts and those insecurities based off of bad things that happened to me in the past, and bad friends that were bad friends to me in the past, and the bad things that they said to me and the mean things they said to me, and I'm just deconstructing, and like, I guess in the back of my mind, like, I've been aware of this entire time, where like the reason why this person was in my life is maybe without them I wouldn't have come to these realizations. Maybe because if I hadn't have you know, experienced that really harmful, hurtful friendship, then I wouldn't be the same person I am today. Like, as cheesy as it sounds, maybe that's kind of as simple as it is, and like, and part of me is like, yeah, but I would be a different person, and that wouldn't be any less valuable than the person I am now, and I'm like, yeah, that's true, and the person you are now isn't any less valuable than that person would be, you know, and this person that I am now is very valuable and has a lot of meaning, and yeah. And I love friendship, and so, and clinging is something that happens out of anxiety. It's like the anxious attachment style, right? And so, of course it's not good. Of course it's damaging. Clinging, as well as avoidance, is damaging, because that's out of anxiety, or that's out of whatever, you know, like, it's never out of love. You don't cling out of love, and you don't detach out of love, and you don't avoid out of love, right? You love out of love. I don't know, man. Are you, like, if I don't come up with these inventions of things that someone thought about a certain thing that I said or did or sent or screamed or thought, I don't know, if I don't invent people's thoughts for them, then I'm free. Then I can just accept their love and the amount that they don't know, and their subconscious things and the stuff that they're suppressing. I can accept that and see that, and not see that, but be aware that it's there, and I can appreciate them for who they are. You know, I don't know if I'm really making much sense, but but you might be able to kind of pick up on what I'm trying to get across. Like, I'm trying to relate my subconscious it's the bubble through, right? That they're in me and they're in everyone. And if I can sort of know these bits that bubble through a bit better for myself, maybe I can't realize them as well for other people, because, you know, like, I'm trying to fool my own reflection with my own ego and my own central like, illusion of reality in my own consciousness, and I'm trying to put on this facade, right? And I can see below my own facade if I look hard enough, and maybe I can't see that in someone else unless they show it to me, but I can be aware that it's there, and I can acknowledge that it's there, and that they aren't the perfect person that they try to be, or the person they try to present themselves to be to the world, and they aren't that, and I can acknowledge that, and I can appreciate them and love them because I know that there's so much more to them, and I can smile at them like I'd smile at a child. You know, I can smile at their inner child, even though I don't exactly know its intricacies and its details. I can smile that it's there and that it's beautiful and that it's real. And so that's like an element of friendship. I'm not saying that I've found the answer to the universe or the answer to friendship or the answer to anything, but it's just these questions I'm asking, and this is me processing. I'm an audio verbal process. I'm a verbal processor, right? I process by talking about things. I process by writing about things, but sometimes when I'm writing about things, I'm like, man, I wish I was really just talking about this right now. And so thank you for watching me process this. It's easier to process something if I'm talking to something and not just at the mirror, because then there's nothing to ground like specific points that I had in anything, and I tend to go in tangents, and then I tend to be like, oh, I have laundry to do, and then I tend to just like stop caring about it. So that's why a camera is useful, and that's maybe why film. So yeah, I think that I am meant to be a filmmaker, and I am meant to do something in this industry, and that it's like something has, you know, been leading me towards this very clearly. At least there's this, you know, that's quite clear to me. You know, and maybe other things have other things. Other people have other things that are quite clear to them, and maybe people's, you know, careers aren't as clear to them. And, you know, maybe this is an illusion as well. That's something else I have to deconstruct. And that's harder to deconstruct because this has been such an integral part of my identity, not because it's like what the expectations, not just because it's the expectations that I hold myself to, but because it's the expectations I've held myself to and shown to other people that I'm like, this is what I expect myself to do in the future, because people ask you as you went from fucking age 5, what do you want to be when you're older? And so my thing has been like, I want to be a filmmaker, I think, from like a young age. You know, people were always like, Clara's going to be a photographer when she's older because she likes cameras, because her parents like cameras, and because she has been around cameras. And so I liked cameras, and so people are like, you like cameras? And I'm like, okay, I like cameras. This is what I meant. This is my... And so it's been built into me for my identity for a long time, and it just gets more and more and more and more built into me every month, every day, every minute that goes by. And so I'm like, it's scary to think of that being deconstructed. Now I'm afraid that my camera is going to die very soon, so what's up? Nothing much. I'm going to say goodbye, salut, goodbye, adios, farewell, hasta la vista, hasta mañana, maybe not mañana, but soon. La vista. Bye!